Welcome to the Sleepy C and Big B Show.
Welcome back to the Sleepy C and Big D Show. With me as always,
Sleepy C.
All right, so we covered a bunch of topics. We're on episode 9. We have weird things to talk about, weird things to yell about, argue about, everything that under the sun.
Every week is something new.
Always something new. We finally got some comments. Shout out to Michelle for leaving us a message. That's what we had to do. We had
She's
to give
our only
her.
commenter,
We had to give her props for her to finally comment, so she commented on it.
I'm appreciative, and I will repeat again that, boy, anybody else that wants to comment, or even if it's just something to say that we suck at doing, like I know I say all the time, just put it in a fucking comment, please. Thank you, Michelle, though, by the way.
Yeah, just to give us something.
Also, I'll say thank you, Estrellita, because I know that Dave doesn't say that because he can't fully say it that well.
Estrellita.
That's why he doesn't say that. That's why he says Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle.
Anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there.
You.
And
Thank you.
as I was saying.
The
drinking game continues.
Yes. This drinking game is called take a Tylenol codeine and then drink a few beers.
Follow up with that. So last couple episodes back we did a little mind thing. So I just wanted to throw a couple out there and just see what your thought was. Did you realize that a straw only has one hole? Okay.
Weird.
She's thinking about it.
That is weird.
I can see that. Crazy, huh?
I know, I'm kind of in a stuck moment trying to imagine that. I feel like... But I guess that makes sense.
Right? Because it's just one big hole.
One tube. It's like a tubular.
Yeah, one hole.
Tubular.
Yeah. Tubular.
Been a while since I've used that one.
It's also been, you will never see your face except for in a picture or in a reflection.
That's true. You know what else is interesting about that is I heard that when you see yourself, you always look at yourself 5 times better than somebody else does.
Yeah.
Which is,
Talk about beer goggles.
Yeah, that, not only that, but also, I feel like the only way that you could combat that is if you think of yourself as a 0, and then 5 times better than that is still 0. So, got you there. Right?
You can't, what is it? If you can't go up, go side to side?
Yeah. What is that, laterally?
Yeah, laterally.
But I just thought that was interesting. You see yourself better than anybody else does, and that's rough.
Right. Let's go with a couple age things. The graduating class of 2018 is 10 years younger than The Simpsons.
The graduating class of 2018
is 10 years younger than The Simpsons. So The Simpsons have been out longer.
God, I feel like The Simpsons have been out even longer than that, but that's...
Yeah.
I guess that's it. That's pretty much, basically what you're saying is almost my whole life.
Exactly.
The Simpsons have been around.
Yeah, everything that you've known. One more age one. 1980 is just as far away as 2048. Yeah. The silence is deafening.
That is crazy. That makes me think of, we've been watching a lot of, Jeopardy! It's on Netflix right now, and they have the Battle of the Decades.
Could you phrase that in the form of a question, please?
What is Jeopardy! Battle of the Decades?
Fabulous.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Yeah, no.
It's Double Jeopardy.
The Daily Double.
The Daily Double. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. What do we have there? The other Daily Double.
Yeah.
And it makes those cool noises. We're gonna have to look into that for the sound referencing.
Can I make a what is it that they do? When they have to bet on it? Is it no? Pick a category, right?
Oh yeah.
I choose shirtless men for $1,000.
I like. I've really come to see how the strategy can be on there. I didn't realize at first that there was one, but then I started noticing that they asked the contestants about their strategies, and come to find out that there are some in general. One of the guys even wrote a book on how to basically go about the answering board.
Keep the stuff that you know not answered. And
Right,
later on, when
right,
you
for
can
later, and then always go for the bigger ones because you're looking for those daily doubles. Plus, those are just bigger, higher ended numbers.
Perf.
And then work your way down or back up, basically.
I hear you.
Yeah, so I didn't realize the depth of it. I thought it was just people that not only do you have to be fucking super smart, like super good at memorization, but on top of that, you have to be strategic about how you lay out your memorization.
Okay, good.
So,
I'm gonna throw one more at you since we talked about Toy Story in the past, and I know you're a big fan of Toy Story.
yes,
So, as
each one can make me cry.
right? I don't think this question will. So as Andy grew older, did the toys have to sit motionless and watch him masturbate?
How dare you?
No.
How dare you even? Probably. Probably.
Okay, well, I mean...
That's gotta
kinda...
be real rough.
I know they ended
You
up
know
in
what?
the trunk.
I wouldn't want to be Bo Peep in a
Right.
scene like that.
Correct. So
Yeah, that's just...
I think that's kind of how they ended up in the trunk, like, you know.
Yeah, hopefully for their benefit. But sometimes they got just, left out, strewn about.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, the new Toy Story comes out, maybe they'll touch on that topic.
I hope they don't.
Okay.
For the sake of all of us. But, that being said, don't bring your fucking kids to this movie. It's for us,
Yeah.
not for them.
Yeah, they don't even know what this means.
They probably don't even give a shit.
They don't.
To be honest, most of the movies that I've tried to show our nephews, they're really not impressed. Right now, it's all about Moana, and I'm really even lightly knowledgeable on all the popular ones right now.
newer.
Coco, Incredibles.
Which was terrible.
Really? To be honest, I didn't see the second one yet. I heard it was better than the first.
No, far from.
All right. Well, now that makes me apprehensive to even check
Yeah,
into
the
that.
first
but we'll
one.
see.
The first one had so much more to it. You know, they had more challenges. In this one, it's not to spoil stuff, so we'll
Yeah,
keep
no.
it simple. But everything just comes to them. Everything. The fights are easier. Everything is just laid out before them. So
Great. Well, that's kind of a bummer, but
it is.
But the kids. But my point, going back to my point, they don't care about the classics. The movies
No.
that we grew up on, it's not favorable. They're more interested in, again, they'll watch Coco 100 times.
Yeah.
Although I will say I'm pretty excited that they do like all the superhero movies.
Well, because it's all the action and things now,
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
constant.
realistic. No one wants to watch a cartoon. Do they even do cartoons anymore?
We watch Tom and Jerry sometimes.
Yeah.
And the boys know what that is.
And,
I
but
like
it's
that. But
why isn't anyone talking, and why is it all colored?
And I know also, they do like, it's not Bob the Builder, but it's like New Age Bob the Builder. Like Handy Manny. That sounds wrong. That's not right, right?
That sounds like a porn site.
What is it? I know that does sound,
Yeah.
that sounds terrible. But I think that's what it is. Handy Manny or Helper Manny. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's basically like New Age Bob the Builder.
He's just a crack guy.
He's just a
doing what he
handyman.
can. Yeah.
No, he's clearly Hispanic. They clearly, they made him, I'm just like, all right, that seems
There's our
kind
Home
of,
Depot in the
kind of
background.
stereotypical.
Kind of in the.
They're probably sponsoring it. I wouldn't be
Could be.
surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I really can't think of any, because right now, the most that they do is, or the most videos that they watch is usually like YouTube videos of, and which my brother does this too,
For games
of
and
them
stuff?
watching games, yeah.
Yeah.
Or a popular one with the kids I don't understand is them watching other kids open fucking gifts.
Yeah.
They just open them in front of. It's not like they're opening the same gift at the same time or anything. They're just watching these kids open gifts.
Yeah, I can't get past the Twitch thing. It's like, well,
What the fuck is that?
Let me pay you money to watch you play and talk about the game that I want to play, but I'm not playing it because I'm watching you play.
Watching you play. No, my brother Dawson, he can play, or he can sit there and I've seen him just watch dudes play, or watch these other dudes play this game. What is it? What's that one where it's Minecraft?
Yeah.
Or is that what it is?
Yeah, huh?
I was thinking Minesweeper from the computer game.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Have you ever won at Minesweeper, by the way?
I've gotten good at it, but never won.
I don't even know how the fuck to play still. And
So if I remember right, the numbers, well, it does. It's regardless.
it doesn't matter. We're not
One,
going to play it.
you can't even get it anymore, and two, and anyone listening isn't old enough to understand what the game
That's
was.
true. That's true.
It doesn't even. I don't even comes on a PC anymore.
If you are listening and you don't understand what the fuck we're talking about, it's just a computer game that it was like you just clicked on certain boxes and basically you would click until a fucking bomb blew up.
Well, you were trying to find bombs,
Were you trying to find them?
Because
I feel like that was the end of the game every time.
No. If you put a flag on top of the one that's a bomb, and then the numbers 1, 2, 3 is how far of the boxes you're away from the bomb.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not.
I've never understood how to play. I just would click around until I fucking thought I died because a bomb went off.
Yeah, you did lose.
Oh.
You did die.
You're supposed to flag it.
You flag it so that they can come in and clean the mines. Rude.
Sorry, possibly inappropriate, but I mean, that's what we're here for.
I mean, we talked about Handyman John or whatever his name was. So
Handyman John.
Why not? Well, it's just more things that we cover.
That's a new pimp name. Handyman John.
My girls call me Gator.
Or a John. Bitches call me Gator. Gator's bitches better be wearing jimmies.
Right.
That part. Whose baby is it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, being as we're touching on the age factor of whether or not people are old enough to remember certain things or not, I would just like to say that I have a birthday coming up, and
you want a Nintendo Switch?
I do have the Nintendo 3DS now, and I kind of...
Or do you?
Well, it's somewhere in our home. Somewhere. Over the rainbow. That was nice. That was really harmonic.
It was harmonical?
Yeah. I think it's acoustic. The acoustic settings in this room are fantastic.
We do that on purpose to make our voices sound better.
As we heard earlier, Rosa said that the pop, it works just fine in here without me even trying to do that.
It's a bit of an echo.
Yeah. But sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to do the...
Don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to hear it.
You know where I was headed with that.
I was, and I don't want to hear it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Anyways.
So, we were talking about people that don't know how to do their own jobs. So, we decided to extend that a little bit further. I know you're bouncing around, and the sweat is building on your brow. Go for it.
Can you feel the anger?
Let's hear about it.
Can you feel the anger building?
I can see it.
Let me take a sip.
She's going to take a sip. So, we feel that everyone has to do their potential, get their stuff done, but then when it comes to in return, it doesn't have to be done. Simple thing, going through a fast food restaurant. I won't say the name, but I just happened to go in and out, and then when I got to my destination, it had grilled onions, even though I asked for no grilled onions.
Oh my god, that's fucking disgusting.
So at that point, what do? You either scrape them off.
But you can still taste it,
so
it doesn't matter.
So it's ruined.
The meal is done.
A simple order, all you had to do was that. I mean, does it get much easier than that? No.
I've had them it's like they thought I said extra, and I said, no onion, please, don't put any, and I'll repeat it.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that they're understanding, and instead I get extra.
It was complete. I wanted just a single patty with cheese. I ended up getting a double patty with grilled onions, and I don't even think it normally comes with grilled onions, right?
No, it's like they had to go out of their fucking way to do it.
Just to ruin my lunch.
It happens to me, actually. I mean, I haven't been to Taco Bell in quite some time now, but when I used to go regularly, even on meals that I could see it doesn't come with it, or it doesn't say that it comes with tomatoes.
You still ask.
I would still say, please no tomatoes or no onions. And most of the time they would say, oh, it doesn't come with it. And I'd say, okay, great, thank you. And I'd proceed. Lo and behold, you end up getting back to wherever the fuck you're going to open up your meal, and it's almost like they did it on purpose. There would be like one or two
just snuck it in there,
hidden in the dead center. Yeah. So they really build up your trust. Halfway through the burrito, you're not expecting to get a fucking tomato or an onion, but there it is. And then you open it up because you've had that one, and that's the only one in there.
Well, and then I can understand the other side. Well, what do you expect? It's $1 burrito. It's a $3 hamburger.
Fuck that.
But I know you've had an experience where you spent thousands, and
oh my God.
let's dive into that. So as all the listeners know, you've recently gotten married.
It's not even recently anymore, Dave.
Well, and I was going to say, I still haven't received a thank you card or anything.
You know what? You haven't, and I apologize.
And why is that?
Let me just tell you this. One, you know what? First, let me just own up to the fact that I haven't done anything.
For those that obviously you can't see her, the veins in her neck are protruding.
They're throbbing.
Yeah.
I am literally. I'm gonna have to talk myself down from having like a heart attack right here.
Perfect.
So let's flash back to 4 months ago.
Do we
That's
do the Wayne's
almost-
World?
That's almost half a year.
Almost.
I know.
Has it really
I
been
know.
6 months?
No, it's been 4.
4 months.
We got married September 8th.
You said half a year.
I said it's almost half a year.
That's 6 months.
Right.
Okay, so it's been 4 months.
It's been 4.
Oh,
The wedding was in September.
I just need to keep my phone near me.
We're in January.
Is the phone number still 911? Alrighty then.
Alrighty.
So it's been about 4 months, and I still haven't received a thank you card.
No, you haven't, and I apologize. You know what?
Let's
I
tell
know
us why.
we were kind of living in the moment when we were on our honeymoon, and then we came back and we were trying to get back into the throes that is life, and we've basically been playing catch up ever since, and definitely postponed the thank yous. I know it got out of hand,
Right.
and even my grandma had even mentioned, no, you guys are still okay. You know, we all know life happens, but we just want to make sure that, or, you know, she was reminding me more so, like, make sure you get them sent out so that people know that you even received their gifts. Because I had some family that couldn't make it to
Correct.
the ceremony or the wedding, but that they were able to help us out with our funding towards Bahamas or, you know, what have you.
Yeah.
So, but after a certain period of time, I was like, oh, fuck, you know, we need to do those. And I kept putting it off. And then I was thinking, you know what? Why don't we take the pictures from what, you know, when we finally get our pictures
got a
back,
plan.
and then we'll add those into our thank you notes, and then that way we can say, look, I even made up like a little rhyme. I don't have it here. I wish I did, but it was something along the lines of like, you know, just here to say sorry for the delay, you know, and it goes on something like that. Yeah, so I had started. I really, you know, was trying to piece things together.
yeah.
I wanted to do this. And I still have intentions to do that now. It's embarrassingly late. Because the fucking photographer took 4 months to get us our photos. And let me tell you, okay, when everything was originally stated, I honestly can't even put an exact number. I'm just going to say 900 because that's the number that I remember. But I'm not 100% positive.
Okay.
To be honest, I think it was a little bit more. But it was all laid out pretty detailed for us. We were going to have this really nicely done book. It's almost like yearbook quality, you know what I mean? Like it was like the...
So it's physically printed?
Yes, it's
Okay.
printed and it's hard copy, you know, it's hard cover, and it looked really nice. She had several books that she could show us that really, in my opinion, I was like, okay, well, that plus the...
So this was an actual professional photographer?
Yes,
of some
she
sort?
had. You know, we'll
we'll
see
call
what you
it-
think if she's a fucking professional or not.
We'll call it that for now.
But she seemed to know what she was doing.
Okay.
We went forward with her, and that was fine. That was just fine. But more so about the fucking pictures. I just couldn't. I was telling Rosa, you know, every couple of weeks, you know, I was like, okay, well, what's the deal? Have we heard back from her? Like, first off,
No.
if you can't produce the product that you've already been fucking paid in full for, you were paid in full the day of the wedding. Okay, in that case, I mean, I feel like we should have kept half the money. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like we should have
yeah.
been like, well, we'll give you the other fucking half. This is a big chunk of money. You'll get the other half when we get our pictures. So we take all this time. We're calling her, and I say we, but I would just be bugging Rosa, and then Rosa would call her.
Right.
She would get the voicemail every time she called, and she'd leave messages, call her back. More recently, we couldn't get a hold of her. She was calling her, and the number would go like almost like it was disconnected, but not a disconnected noise.
So
if that makes
it
any
wouldn't
sense.
even go to voicemail?
Yeah,
just
it was
drop
fucking
to
weird.
Nothing?
Yeah, it was super fucking weird. Rosa and her mother took a trip out to the house where this lady lived. Is where we originally met her to talk about all the things that we were going to go through, and it seemed like the house had been vacant for a little bit.
Okay.
Not like they were gone, like they had all their stuff there, but that nobody had been
was
home.
there, so
yeah.
she took your money, went on vacation
That's
herself?
that's what it felt like. Or I got kind of nervous. To be honest, I was really scared that maybe she had gotten deported, and that made me like. One, that just made me sad because I was like, oh my God, you know, like that's the shitty part is here I am,
Right.
even though we're being, you know, cheated out of what's due back to us.
Right.
I'm still like trying to be thinking
The
like,
nice.
no. Yeah. Like, no. What if it's this,
Right.
you know, what if it's some fucking crazy thing? And she can't get a hold of us. She can't talk to us because she's fucking being deported or something.
Yeah.
All right. Turns out she may or may not have been in the hospital. But again, at this point, who knows? You know what I mean? We had to call her. We were calling her off the hook, and come to find out, she goes, well, turns out the people I usually do the books through, they tried to up the price and this and that and the other thing, so I didn't go through them. I had to find another place. Okay, look, bitch, if you would have called and said, hey, these people are trying to dick me around and give me a different price now, and, this is the price that I had set because of what, we talked about, then fine. It's a whole different thing. I was telling Rosa, I said, I think the biggest problem with today's customer service or anything that you have to do involving, if you're interacting with the customer on a one-to-one level, the biggest fucking problem is people being too scared to deliver the bad news.
Right, that's exactly.
It's literally the one thing holding back the best customer service.
Yeah.
If you hit a wall, my biggest thing is tell me the fucking second it happens.
Right.
So that at least from there I can say, all right, this situation, this set them back. This is now going to add an extra week or 2 weeks or whatever the fuck it is. But at least then I have a timeline.
Right.
And I know when to check back in and say, okay, well, it's kind of been a little bit past this. Now where do we go from here?
Yeah, where are we? Where is this? But at least you know. So this whole time you've had to follow up with her.
Yeah.
And then, but did you finally end up with the product that you wanted?
So Rosa goes and, the lady calls her back. She's like, sorry, I was in the hospital, this, that, and the other thing. Again, who fucking knows?
You produce
a
corpse and we'll release it.
We'll roll her old bag of bones down here. You produce a corpse and I'll release your kids from school. Yeah. Ferris Bueller. Nice reference. Nice. That was fantastic.
No worries.
Well played. But yeah, so, again, who knows? I hope it's, again, that's the shitty thing is like me, like, I don't hope she was in the hospital. You know what I mean? Like,
you hope that she wasn't lying to you about it.
But I hope she's being fucking honest. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like, that's the worst too is not only, then it becomes like this fucking snowball of a problem because then there's a possibility that you're lying on top of it. And then it's just not, right. I feel lied to, cheated, taken advantage of, and it's fucking frustrating. So Rosa goes, gets the books. To be honest, I'm so happy that we finally fucking got somewhere with it that I'm looking through the book and it's nice. I wasn't disappointed necessarily. I will say for the cost, I was kind of like, oh well.
So one being bad, 5 being fantastic. Where are we?
I'd say a 3.
Really?
It was, again, the layout, the idea, the concept is all nice, but there was a few pictures that I don't know, just, and again,
the
maybe
choice
it was
in who did, and you didn't have any choice in the picture. She
chose and she put those pictures in the book. So she tells Rosa that she has to get, we need to provide the flash drive for her to put on the other pictures, and that it's going to take, she's going to need till the next day.
Okay. She
tells Rosa, though, that it's going to be, that normally it's $200 for her to put the picture, because the pictures that she is going to provide for that's included in this package, supposedly, is just the fucking pictures that are so and from out of the book.
Well, what's the point, then?
So we're just getting copies of the book, basically, but in a flash drive form.
So you can send the pictures
maybe
out, but
50 photos total? Maybe. But she tells us that overall, she got 600 to 700 photos, but those are on an exclusive deal where you have to pay normally, like I said, $200, but she was gonna give us them for $100.
So for
like she's cutting us some fucking
you basically
slack.
Got 50 pictures.
Yeah.
No video of any kind.
And a fucking book. We got the video. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't even know how disappointed I'm gonna be in it yet. But I'm just...
Because I was there, I didn't see anyone doing video.
Overall, I'm at a fucking just loss. You know what I mean? Like, that was such a big chunk of money, and to be dragged out for this length of time, like, I asked other people, I thought maybe I'm being fucking just totally crazy bitch, right? I asked a friend, I was like, what's the typical time turnaround? 3 to 4 weeks. Not 3 to 4 months, you heard me.
Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks. And, again, just, it's more difficult because we would have paid... Right. For them to be even not as great, lesser quality and better time, or better time and better quality. I mean, if the time wasn't gonna be great, then maybe then the picture should have came out perfect.
Right.
She had 4 fucking months to work on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is like a summer book report that you put off to the last minute, and you did the night before the people fucking, you have to give your fucking
what
report.
Does she do other than take a picture? Does she Photoshop them or anything?
She had to edit them, I guess, a little bit, but even the lighting, I mean, like, and again, I know we had a weird lighting setup because the time of day that it was.
Right.
But
I mean, as a photographer, you have different lenses and stuff for
exactly
that thing.
Lenses. You have things that you bring. Like they have. I don't even know what the fuck it's called because I'm not a photographer. Otherwise, we definitely wouldn't have paid for this shit. All right, but they usually have things to channel the light or whatever. I don't even know what it is.
I don't know what they are, but I know what you're talking about.
It's like it reminds me of like ladies in the '80s when they do the tanning. Outside,
yeah.
And it's like a big
the
fucking
big
sun
foil
thing. Yeah.
Right.
So, but like I know they have shit like that. I just feel like it was, again, that's the perfect description, is like a last minute fucking book report that you did, the weekend before school started back up. And you had all summer to read Huck Finn and you didn't fucking you didn't even crack the book until 2 days ago.
Right.
It was kind of, and again, I was happy at first just because I was like, well, cool, thank God we got this shit back.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Rosa told me this, and I'm at work. And I am
so
in nowhere. So
they just hit you for an extra $100. I mean,
and they got it.
No one remembered that though.
Well, that's the worst part. Is she says, "Oh, remember I told you on the day of the wedding."
Did you not have a contract of some sort?
She wanted to make it sound. That's what she said. She said the receipts. Rosa said that's what the receipt shows, or what. Or she says that I don't even know the full details. I wasn't there. Okay. I will say that much. But dear God, Rosa must have felt like I was there when I called and was flipping the fuck out, like. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Just blown away. I mean, if you're going to provide a service, this is what
the entire service.
This is what she's known for. That's what she does. That's what her business is fucking photography.
And referral.
Yeah. Well, you bet your ass I'm not referring you anywhere. That's for damn sure. I can't, I don't know. I'm still very much upset about it. And this happened on Saturday that I found out about this.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it was Saturday. No, it was Saturday. So I've had a few days to cool down, and I'm still just fucking livid.
Oh yeah.
Like if I saw this bitch in the street, I'd punch her in the fucking throat.
Wow.
Just hands down. I mean, what? Already paid.
Yeah.
And we had to wait this whole. And what are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? It's like, what can you do?
You've already given her the money.
Yeah, the money's. It's not like we have anything.
Your pictures for ransom.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's the thing is, I'm also, what is she gonna do? She's just gonna delete them if we don't buy them? Like,
essentially, yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, at least my issue was just a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
With onions.
I've had that, but you know what? That can be just as fucking upsetting.
Because
no matter what,
like you said,
it all comes down to...
You get to the middle of the Tootsie Pop, and all of a sudden there's a tomato.
It all comes down to just communication, really, I think. If they would have been...
Now, does she work alone?
She had people there, because she had, like I said,
so,
they also
no one
did the
could
DJing.
call you and say, hey, guess what?
No, she was the only person we had contact with.
Gotcha.
For sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I literally, like, I was like, I'm all, where's your mom? When I'm talking to Rosa on the phone, I'm all, where the fuck is your mom at? She's here with me, and she's just as mad. I'm all, then whoop her ass. What the fuck? Like, we need this. This is, oh my God.
There's sweat dripping down her brow now. Someone get her a towel, please. Can we get a towel?
I need a new beverage.
No, I don't.
Just kidding.
She's so worked up she can't even see straight.
It'll drive you to alcoholism.
Yeah, that'll do it every time.
I swear. I don't know. And the worst part is how do you feel good about that? You know what I mean?
I mean, she made $900. She made $1,000.
She probably made like $1,200, like just off that alone.
Right.
And for a book that I'm not that impressed with, a video I haven't watched yet, and pictures that I fucking hope to God for her sake came out semi-decent.
So, I mean, you have seen the book right now.
I've seen the book.
But you haven't seen the flash drive or the other pictures or whatever you call
it. Or the video, no. Let's just touch back on how my last couple of weeks have gone. A couple of weeks ago, I had a fucking tooth pulled out. I don't know if I mentioned any of my tooth agony on this yet.
I thought you had mentioned something about being in pain, but not that you finally had the tooth taken out or done anything with it. So
yeah, I had the tooth pulled.
Yeah.
And it was fucking sick. I was totally freaking out. Turns out, I didn't know. I thought it was like a joke, but it turns out the doctor can prescribe Valium for me ahead of time. And
with your anxiety, that's exactly what you need.
I told Rosa, I was fucking sweating, just like we were at we were there today, and I started getting all sweaty. And then I started joking about how I was telling who is that? The lady at the front, the receptionist, yeah. And I was like, look, I'm going to need that stuff. Like last time it was really fucked up. Yeah, I was like, I get real fucked up about it. And, I was like, I'm just getting sweaty just thinking about it right now. Right. And then Rosa and I were sitting there in the waiting room. And I was just like, I'm all, yeah. I was like, and
So she had good customer service.
Yeah, she was great. She was like, okay, well, and she was even trying to convince us. She was like, well, we have the gas too. We just put you on the gas.
Right.
Which, to be honest, I kind of almost did. I was debating it just for peace of mind and everything. But I was like, well, if I'm still, they said it would still keep me awake. Like I wasn't. It's not like I was going to go to sleep.
Oh, it doesn't knock you out.
No,
Gotcha.
yeah, it was just enough to like, so I would feel good, and then they'd still have to give me shots.
You just start giggling for no reason.
Yeah, and they were like, yeah, you'll still have to get shots. And I'm just like, well, if I have to fucking get the shots anyways, then I might as well,
right?
Get the Valium, do that, and it's they were trying to charge another $100.
Yeah, because they want to kick you over for that extra piece.
Yeah, and I thought about it, they almost got me. I almost did it, but I was like, you know what? Realistically, I want to hold on to some of that cash for next week for my birthday. So I didn't. Jump
and in case you have to buy more pictures.
Yeah, or
which hopefully you don't.
I fucking hope not.
So now
we'll be doing all of our own editing from here on out.
Right? Just bring it on over and we'll take care of it. So you went to the dentist and then now you are back?
So today I went in to have the stitches removed.
Okay.
It was pretty sick. It was kind of gross. The dentist referred to it as almost like playing Operation so that he wouldn't stab either side of my fucking gum hole.
Did he really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's kind of like a fun game of Operation. That's what he said, like a fun game of Operation.
The Wacky Doctor's game.
With my fucking mouth hole. Just open wound in my fucking mouth.
My
and
mouth
just
hole.
Like, he was all, yeah, it's just like a fun game of Operation. Just trying not to touch the sides, like, sick.
Wow.
Sick. And I even told him, I was like, oh, I had some pain the other day. I think I may have, this is before I had the stitches cut out. I said, I think I may have gotten some food in there and it makes me nervous. Like, I don't want it to get infected, my gums, anything like that. And he was really, like, fucking lax about it.
So what was the point of the stitches then?
Just to kind of keep the gum together.
Oh,
just so that it could start the healing process. It was kind of like a butterfly bandage effect,
Gotcha.
just to kind of keep them enough so that the skin will
butterfly
kind of...
effect?
Butterfly. Did I say bandage? No, I said
bandage. You said
bandage,
bandage, but you threw in the butterfly.
It's a great
effect.
movie. Ashton Kutcher.
Did you know they're up to 3?
I didn't see any of the other ones because it didn't have Ashton Kutcher, like the original.
I thought the second one might have.
I'm not a big fan of movies that change all the characters.
You're right. Well, because the effect it wasn't just him, so the effect happens throughout. But I think they went up to 3.
That's crazy.
And
I've
it was
only
kind of
seen
the same
one.
scenarios. But yeah, I mean that was the best one.
Yeah.
Did you set the dog on fire?
Oh my god!
How
dare you bring that up? We're gonna this part's gonna be edited out. So
edit this part out.
Fuck off. That's horrible. Hands down. Just let's not even. Anyways, so they cut out he didn't fucking clean out my open wound.
Did you or did you not see the one-armed man?
It wasn't me. Party. Because I gotta.
Lovely.
But,
stitches removed, clean out. No,
they didn't. Yeah, they didn't clean it out. He was like, "Yeah, it's no big deal." Yeah, he's all. There probably is some food in there. That's what he said. I was just like, okay, so...
Well, it is your mouth hole.
Yeah, he's all, that's gonna happen. He's like, there's stuff's gonna get in there. And I'm just like, fucking, okay. Like, I thought there would be more to it than that. I thought he was gonna, like, syringe wash it out,
Oh, yeah.
Nothing, though. He didn't give a shit. He was just like, yeah, no. And then I was like, okay, now I realize you've taken the stitches out, but there's still just a hole in my mouth, though. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, oh, yeah. He's like, that's going to take some time. Ultimately, that'll probably be 3-4 months before. And I'm just like fucking sickened. I'm, gross. 3 or 4 months of just a fucking open hole. Then I went to my consult so that I could see about the root canal that I'm going to need. That's coming on Wednesday. Sick life. But yeah, the doctor... This guy was recommended from my first dentist, and he's like, yeah, I sent my mother to this guy. He's really gentle, and not gonna lie, I almost thought that Rosa might punch this guy in the face because he's that type of person that cuts off. Rosa kept trying to ask a question,
okay,
and he answered it like 4 different times, and it was not the fucking right answer.
Right.
If he would have just shut the fuck up so she could ask, it would have been fine. But and he also was like, I don't know, he was kind of weird, like the way he was saying things. He was just like, he's like your options are you're pretty much in a position where you have to have this done or pull it, I guess, but ultimately it can be saved, like your tooth can be, taken care of. And he's like, but he was just like very like, what's the way to even say it? I don't even know how to describe this guy.
Condescending?
Kind of, like he was just like, because that's basically it.
A
like,
dentist
like,
with a god complex.
You really don't have, but to be fair, So we didn't like him, right? At first, like, Rosa was ready to kill him. And then she looked up his Yelp reviews, and it turns out everybody in the world, like, he is, like, the fucking best. They're like, oh, yeah, if you want a root canal done in 20 minutes, 30 minutes top, 30 minutes or less, this is your guy. And if you want it to be virtually painless and all this stuff, he's the guy to go to. So
Great.
That made me feel a lot better.
Now you went and pissed him off.
Well, no. I think I don't know. I really couldn't even get a read on him, honestly. And it was so funny, too. He was like, Rosa asked what his name was, and he said, oh, yeah, my name's Alex. And I was like, just Alex? Like, you have a last name? Or he's like, Alex is fine. I'm like, so Dr. Alex then? Like, I'm not going to just call you Alex. You're my fucking dentist. I don't know.
Hey, maybe he's like Cher, only has one name.
Maybe. No, that's not true. Rosa looked it up. Remember,
did
she yelped it.
Okay.
His last name's Lynn or Lee. Yeah, so I hear he's
Well,
super
we'll find
gentle
out in a couple days.
Yeah, Wednesday.
If you
Wednesday
make
I
it to
go
the next
in.
podcast and you can speak, then apparently he's good.
Yeah, he was recommending. He said, oh yeah, you want to set it for the 21st, huh? He's like, you could do that, but I don't think you're gonna make it. He's like, I really don't think. He's like, I think we'll be seeing you a lot sooner than that, but that's fine if you want to try.
Oh, nice.
He was just basically telling me all the things that I felt exactly. He's like, just basing off this picture. He's all, I'm sure you're probably not eating all that much anyway. He's all, you're not really utilizing it anymore. Oh, Rosa asked if I'd be able to eat anytime soon. And he's like, well, a lot more than she'll be able to eat now.
Right.
And Rosa's just like, well, she is still eating everything.
She's gumming her. She's gumming her food.
No, I've still been trying to eat like everything fucking regular, which is part of the problem too. But it's just like, fuck, I'm hungry.
I mean, have they not seen you? They've seen you.
I love food. You know what that is too? It's so funny too. I felt bad. I was like, I told the dentist, I was like, I've been cleaning out that fucking hole. I was like, but it probably has food in it. And he was like, oh yeah, it probably
happens
does.
all the time.
Yeah. He's like, don't even worry about it. I'm just like, gross.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's my job.
Yeah. They're ready for it, but he didn't fucking help me clean it out.
No,
so,
of course not.
I mean, I
because
guess he didn't give a shit. That's not part of the paycheck.
No,
the paycheck's taking care of it after it's ruined my teeth.
Did they give you the toy at the end? Did you get to go to the
I
little?
I didn't get shit. Not even a lollipop.
They don't
Maybe
even
not.
do that anymore. Do they give you toothbrushes still? Get to go to the little treasure.
Wasn't an
chest
option.
and
I
stuff?
think they have not a height requirement, but an age requirement. I think there's a max out on that. I think it's 12. So, unfortunately for me, that's been off the table for a while. But
yeah, I mean they bend the rules,
Yeah. Also, I had to make sure. At first, I was thinking about doing the gas, and then I was like, "Well, is she allowed back here?" Or I was like, "Is she allowed to come back with me?" And the chick's like, "Who?" I was like, "My wife," and I'm like pointing right at her. I'm like, because that's important. Like in my mind, I'm like, nobody's gonna fucking roofie me. I'm not gonna wake up to my pants unzipped.
You've seen horrible bosses.
Yeah,
you know what happens.
yeah.
Right?
I'm not fucking around. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Or that episode of Seinfeld where Jerry keeps waking up, or when he goes to the dentist and he comes up off the gas and like his shirt's half tucked in.
Right.
And he's like, "Did I fucking do?" And he thought like when he woke up and he's all groggy and it looked like they were putting their clothes back on.
Oh.
That's fucking creepy. I don't know. That's too much power to give a person. The power of knocking people unconscious.
Yeah, well,
That's why I like to have audience. Like that's why you're coming with me, babe.
So is he allowed?
Yeah, turns out we've got the approval. I just had to make sure, though, because when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, my mom and my dad took me, and I started having a fucking anxiety attack in the waiting room. Like, full-on crying. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Forget it. It's fine. Because the broad says, oh, yeah, no, your mom can't come back. I thought my mom was going to be able to come back, hold my hand, because they had to put an IV, and I'd freak out on stuff like that, too. And they're like, no, it's a liability. If she sees blood and fucking passes out, then we could get sued because she injures her head or whatever the fuck.
Don't worry.
Bullshit.
There's a live camera feed.
I'm just like, I don't even give a fuck what I was ready to leave there.
Right.
Nope, I'll keep my wisdom teeth. That's fine. Let them get fucking impacted. I don't give a shit.
I'll be smarter for it.
Yeah, I'll hold on to that.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking just, and it ended up terribly because I went into it so shittily.
Yeah.
That I
Shittily?
Shittily. It's a adverb, I think.
Would I use the Urban Dictionary on that one?
You could. We could look it up. Fact checker.
Shittily. I don't even know how to spell that.
Shittily. Shit. ILY. It's shit with love. Shit with love.
Fabulous.
But I went into it so shittily that I came off the table all fucked up. Like I guess in my drug
Induced.
induced coma that they gave me. I came out of it thinking I died on the table, like, you know, I don't know.
Look at me, Mom.
And I have no recollection of this. My mom, though, is like for life panic scarred. She's just like, what the fuck is going on? What did you guys do to my daughter? Blah blah blah. And they're just like, no, it's just the anesthesia. And she's like, this is not normal. She is not normal right now. And
Well, there's some funny YouTube videos about that.
oh, have you seen that one about the girl that's talking about balls?
I don't remember that one. I remember the guy that starts crying, or the teenager that starts crying for some reason because he loves them. And
Oh my god. There's one where this girl, the mom's like trying to get her into the car, and she's like, balls, and the mom's like, stop that, stop talking about balls. She's like, what? Bouncy balls. And she's like, oh, all right, that's fine. And she's like, big black hairy balls or something like that. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like,
well, we're gonna have to look that up on YouTube.
yeah, that one.
Why don't we?
That one's hilarious.
But
Oh my god, shittily is spelled just as I thought it would be. And let's see, it is an adverb. I was right. Sorry, I'm ecstatic.
Read the whole thing.
Shittily, a task done very poorly with the essence of shit. That's fantastic.
It's like a shit sandwich. Now, is this Urban Dictionary or is this Webster's?
Urban.
Yeah.
Johnny did his homework last night, albeit it was shittily done. Something done in a very low quality manner. Adverb form of shit. If you keep doing your
Like our
work so
podcast.
shittily, you'll never succeed.
Well, say, here we thought you were making up words.
That's pretty good.
Well, there we go. We've continued to amaze and teach in our episodes.
You'll learn something every podcast, I guarantee
even if you don't want to.
Yeah. Whether you want to hear it or not, we're coming at you live.
That's it. And this is only yourselves to blame.
Pre-recorded live.
Yeah, well, close enough, right? Undocumented, unrehearsed, uninspired. This comes down to you not commenting, emailing. We're on every media now: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, email. And if you can't
Spotify,
comment,
iTunes.
Yeah, if you can't comment or say anything, well then fuck you. You're gonna have to listen to this bullshit.
Just give us a flip off emoji. I don't give a shit.
anything.
Something.
Anything, but we just it all comes down to you and having to learn about shittily.
But comment or not, stay listening. We like that.
Have a good one.